Slice of Culture with your boy Kid Flvsh. Take one. Action. My name is Kid Flvsh. I'm 25 years old and I'm from East Orange, New Jersey. The Flies has been amazing. Season 1 is currently out now. It's doing pretty well, and I'm working on season 2 currently. And that one is going above and beyond. Like, we have some dope guest characters and voices on the show. I'm pitching it right now to a couple of streaming services, and they're looking forward to picking it up. So that news will be announced soon upon release of season 2. And as far as just like the overall production behind it, I'm basically covering everything as far as animation, storyboarding, music production, and all those aspects. So it's been a dope process, just building it, enhancing the animation, and just making it more to the time so everybody can like relate to it, So the plot for The Flies is basically these two wacky flies named Mac and Darius, and they go on hilarious little hijinks around the neighborhood of Garden Grove, and they interact with humans and other bugs alike, and they have normal day-to-day problems like we would go through. Like the main character Mac has baby mama drama. He's learning to become a better father and husband to his wife and kids after deliberately trying to ditch them and just put them to the side. So that's his arc, and then just finding their own purpose in life, the meaning for their lives and why they're here. So that's basically the plot of The Flies. And it came about one day, many years ago, around 2019. Me and my cousin were just on the porch, and we were smoking, and we had an idea because a fly had bumped into my face while we were talking, and he made a joke like, "Yo, it just did a backflip off your chin." And I was like, "Yo, that'd be a funny animation." So he's like, "Yo, you should do that." And I went upstairs and did it, and that became the first episode, and it went fake viral. And after that, I created the first season, and it just went up from there. I drew a lot of inspiration from like B Movie, from Ants, if you remember that movie, and like A Bug's Life and stuff like that. So taking those kind of elements and story elements and just kind of incorporating it into our culture, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm bringing something different. It's a dream come true, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like my childhood self is like screaming and kicking right now, like, oh my God. So it's been a long journey. It's something that I never expected to really stumble into the way I did, but I'm kind of glad I did, because now it makes it an easier segue for me to push this, because I've been trying to do this since I was 10 years old when I first picked up my pencil. So to see it go from just a talk and a thought to real life and reality is a blessing, and I'm just honored to even wake up and do what I want and what I love for my day-to-day, and it makes me smile, all the time, actually. Yeah. When I first started in my career, I had a lot of doubts. I had a lot of self-talks like, dang, is this what I really want to do? Can I really make it? What would it take for me to make it in this industry? And what I've learned is that you really got to take everything with a grain of salt and be patient. You have to really stay consistent as well too. That's like a very big key, staying consistent, because if you post one thing and you wait a couple weeks, they're gonna forget you even existed. So you got to keep flooding them, keep being in their face. And that's something I had to learn over time, because I used to just kind of post just to post, or create art just to when I felt like it. Now I felt like it went from me doing it whenever I felt like it to now catering to other people. So now it felt like a job almost. And you don't ever want your hobby to feel like a job. Feel me? So it's a balance. But once you figure out what works best for you in your situation, and you find that balance, everything is clear skies. So definitely my family. They're like my biggest critiques, but they're also my biggest fans. So you kind of need, like I said, balance for the both. So my family is definitely my number one. And my manager and my PR, Monk and Soraya, shout out to them. They're my secondary. As far as when it comes to like getting me the things that I need and helping me out in certain areas, they're definitely my biggest support system. A lot of my life is a random events that turn out to some cool shit. So, it was a random. He was like, "Yo, Flash, you're gonna be on Pix 11 on Thursday." I said, "Sure, okay." and we went over there. They loved us. I'm still coming off of that, honestly. Like, even though that just happened last month, I'm just like, wow, like, I still can't even believe it. But it's very humbling to know that's how I started off my year, and I'm just trying to look at it in a what's next mentality, kind of like, all right, this was a dope way to start the year off. Now, how do I keep the ball rolling? What do I do next? So I don't try to stay in these moments for too long, but it was dope. I loved it. Jersey has definitely taught me how to be a little bit more, just a little bit more stern with what I want. Just it taught me how to move majority of the time. I spent my time out here, learning how to connect with people, being around so many different people through school and, just outside in general. It taught me like how to maneuver, and then transitioning to when I went to New York. That's how I really learned how to network and really how to, increase my value as far as like my demand and my leverage in certain situations and conversations. So I feel like Jersey taught me how to move as far as like physically, and New York taught me how to move mentally with the networking side of it. So yeah, shout out Jersey, man. They sleeping on it. Yo, you know what's crazy? They used to say, oh, Jersey's copying New York, and now New York is copying the whole Jersey club wave. Look at y'all. No backseas. Y'all said Jersey's ain't nothing. Now we something. What happened? So Shake It came about just like any of my other cover arts, random as hell. I was just chilling. It was actually close to my birthday time because my birthday is 4/20. So like a couple of days prior, they hit me up. My boy JD, shout out JD Banks. He hit me up because he's Kid Flvsh's manager at the time, and he's like, "Yo, bro, they got a song. We needed like a day. Can you do it?" So, being my name Flash, I had to be extra quick with it. So I did it, and it was all over Times Square like 2 days before my birthday. And that was probably like the best gift that I could ever get from anyone. Like I walked into Times Square on 18th of April of 2022, and I walked through the whole town, saw posters everywhere, saw the billboard everywhere, saw like stickers and just things all over like 2 blocks straight. I was like, wow, this just came from my iPad. So that whole opportunity just came from one random phone call on that day, and then it turned into a whole thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just blessed. Yeah, I try not to get a little swell-headed. Like, I know every time people come to me and say, yo, bro, you're doing amazing things, I don't let it swell my head, because at the end of the day, it could happen to somebody else, or it's someone else that's doing what I'm doing that needs the same recognition. So I try to use these platforms and this recognition to kind of shine light on other artists as well too. So I don't like to brag too much. I just let the work and everything speak for itself, and plus the way I carry myself could kind of already give you a little insight. So I'm pretty humbled about it, but I'm learning to come out my humble shell a little bit more, because I do see why people say you gotta kind of talk your ish. So I'm like, all right. But for the most part, though, I'm just humbled. I'm blessed, and I just can't thank God enough for just allowing me to do this and be this. So my dad is the main reason why I'm so humble. He's like making sure like that when I'm doing these things or going to these places that I'm not, like fangirling and stuff. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to. It's just a bad look. But he's a humble dude. Everything that he does and has told me about or talked to me about, I try to mimic and embody his spirit as best as I can, because he's my biggest inspiration as far as my humbleness goes and just my mindset. So I would say he was the biggest influence for that. So my boy Lou called me another random time early in the morning, and he was like, yo, I got this song. I can't tell you who it's for. I can't tell you what it's about, but I need a cover art in 2 hours. You got me? And I said, oh, 2 hours is crazy, but I got you. Did some drafts, just coming up with stuff because I didn't really have no direction. He sent me a teddy bear emoji, piano keys emoji, and a snowflake emoji. Said, just make something. I'm like, okay. So much direction. I appreciate it. But I just threw something together. They was liking it, but they wanted to do a little other direction. So they sent me a picture of Fivio's friend T-Dot, and I just kind of used that as the catalyst of the main image, and it just they was just rocking with it. So like, it's funny, I actually went like 4 or 5 hours without them saying anything. I sent it and I was just there, and it was like nighttime now. I was headed out, and then it was just like I just was scrolling on Instagram, and I seen Fivio posted as like, how you got like those posts where you can put like 10 pictures in one. So I swiped through, and the second picture was my cover, and I said, holy smooth, that's me right there. And then it was the official cover, and the rest is history. That was gold. They sent me a plaque for it, so I can't even believe it sometimes. Like, that was the quickest 2 hours, but the best 2 hours of my life. And Kanye is a very, very hard person to impress. Like, he's so precise with what he wants. And if it wasn't for Fivio, because I linked up with Fivio at another point in time after the song came out, he told me that Kanye actually wanted to go a whole nother direction. And because he wanted that cover, like Fivio, he ended up saying like, no, this is what I want. And Ye was like, I bet. And then that's how it came to the cover. So I was like, wow, like, shout out Fivio. Like, it's mixed feelings, because it's a great feeling, but it's also like very pressurized feeling. Like, it was just like, yo, like, I have to really impress the likes of this guy. Like, he's like probably the biggest artist to ever walk this earth, like, as far as music. So it was just very, very hard for me, but at the same time, it was so good of a feeling to know that they went with it, they rocked with it, and that was what they wanted to do. So it was a little shaky at first, but then it got a lot better at the end. So it feels good. I'm just trying to, like I said, use this success and this momentum that I have to not only keep pushing myself forward, but push the community forward, because I'm a very people-based person. I'm not selfish, I'm selfless. So I care about all of us, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's not only just me, it's other artists and dope people that's doing dope things. So I'm going to use my platform and use the leverage that I have to kind of fight for us as a whole, because what I do is very, very important, and it's important that if I'm getting like paid a certain way, or I'm getting recognition a certain way, it's not only just for me, it's for everybody. So you feel me? I'm just more so on that right now. But being a black man at 25, young, fly, and just doing stuff, I cannot thank God enough. He's probably the number one person I'm going to be thanking throughout my whole life, because without him, none of this is possible. And I feel like me, like, was just drawing. I never thought this life would have found me, but it did. So I just have nothing but respect and honor to just be in this position. And I try to do my best to kind of like, just do more for us as a people, just push the culture forward, So my way of kind of giving a slice of culture back to the world, Oh, it's so fun. It's my favorite thing that I've done in my career. Like, connecting with the youth and these kids is just like, I don't know how to even describe. It's so indescribable, the feeling. Like, it's joy mixed with passion, mixed with proudness, mixed with just so many different things in one melting pot, But it's so dope. Like, these kids are so interested in learning. They love to experience new ideas and new thought processes, especially with art, because in their program, in their school, they don't really get a lot of art classes and stuff, and they actually haven't had an art program in like 4 years. So me and a few other choice artists are bringing that program back, and I'm so honored to be a part of it. So it's dope. I'm looking forward to shaping the new young minds and pushing the culture forward for the future, because they are the future, and we need some more creativity in this world right now. So to lead the next generation of that, blessings. You should expect The Fly season 2. That's on the way real soon. I will be doing a bunch of art events and series over the course of the year. So like Art Basel. I'm throwing my own art series too, so stay tuned for that. I've been doing a lot of beat producing, like music making stuff. So I produce beats. I got a bunch of placements on the way with some pretty big artists, so that'll be dropping soon too. And my own music. So I'll be dropping some of my own music, and yeah, just more cool things and things like that. But that's the main of what I got going on. So appreciate y'all, because actually, let me give y'all flowers, because I know y'all giving me my flowers, but I have to give y'all flowers, because you guys, when you first reached out, I think it was 2019, 2021. Okay, so 2021, like, you know what I'm saying, when you guys reached out to me, like, I was still in the come up stage. So you guys were a pivotal point of like getting my story out there and, you know, my artwork. So I appreciate you guys, appreciate Slice of Culture, the best platform ever. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to thank you, but just, you know, just support, you know what I'm saying? The support factor, and I support you guys just as much as you support me. So thank you so much. I appreciate both of you.